Al, Bill Doyle from the Worcester Telegram. Can you obviously you had a bunch of young guys starting with you tonight. Can you just talk about how you felt? I assume you felt you had to take a leadership role tonight in the game.
I mean, it's what I've been doing all year. That's what we've been doing as a group. We didn't want to treat this any differently. We went out there very focused on the defensive end, and I felt like our guys, their poise was great. Milwaukee fought hard. They kept giving us shots, and our guys stayed with it, and eventually, we wore them.
Al, on the right, Paul Flannery. You came here in part to play in games like this, Game 7s in this crowd, in this kind of environment. When you look at it now, 2 years in, how does this experience feel to you in terms of what you expected and how it's turned out over the last few years?
Yeah, it's it's more than you can imagine. Just a great feeling. Our fans really giving us that energy, and this is why you work so hard in the regular season to put yourself with home court advantage. And obviously you don't want the series to go all the way to this point, but you have to do whatever it takes to win. And here at home, our fans have been great all year, and tonight was just another opportunity where they showed it, and gave us a lift.
Al, Taylor Snow, Celtics.com. Seeing the way the young guys battled through the series and handled the pressure of a Game 7, just how big is that for their confidence and for the team moving ahead?
It's huge. Being put in this position, at such early stages in their career with big responsibilities and big roles, I felt like they handled it really well. Tatum was great tonight, just very poised. Took what the defense gave him. Terry as well. Shemi is probably the guy that we need to be talking about, because defensively we're not able to do all the things we were able to do without Shemi. I felt like he changed the series for us, and a lot of credit goes to him. I mean, he did an unbelievable job on Giannis. And it's just a lot of credit for him because he stayed ready. He didn't always play a lot all year, and when we needed him most, he stepped up. And like I said, we don't win this series without him.
Joseph Pavone, WEEI, and CLNS Media. Al, to piggyback on that, what are some of the things you learned about those guys? Like, and obviously you were with them all season long, but to see guys step up and starting roles and in a best-of-7 series, talk about what you learned the most about some of your teammates.
Just their character. They're growing up, and this experience is unlike any other. Being in the playoffs, the type of pressure, the type of intensity. I feel like this kind of experience will shape their careers in the NBA, because they see the level of commitment and the way that you have to play. So it's going to make them better players, and it's all for the best for our group.
Al, Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. To sort of piggyback off of that, with Kyrie out, the guy that maybe had the most pressure on him is Terry Rozier, and the way he played in this series, and particularly in Game 7. How proud are you of him as a teammate, the way that he stepped up filling in for Kyrie?
Very proud of Terry. I don't think he had any pressure on him. I think that with Terry, he understands that he needs to go out there, play with a lot of energy on defense, take what the defense gives him on offense, just being aggressive. And, he just went out there and played. Marcus Smart, Shane Larkin, those guys, they're all coming in. They're doing their job, bringing energy. And Terry just plays with confidence. So, I think that's the good thing about Terry, that he's just out there playing and having fun.
Al, Gary Walsh from Boston Globe. 2-3 minutes left. You hit a jumper. They call a timeout. You did kind of the Vince Carter, it's over thing. You're not generally demonstrative like that. So how satisfying is it to lead a young crew that's been banged up without Kyrie, without Gordon, and kind of the odds against you to a playoff series win, and especially through a Game 7?
It's very satisfying. Milwaukee gave us all we could handle. They just played tough, would not go away. We would build a lead that'd come right back, answer right back, and it just felt good at that point that, we saw that we were, we just hung in there, and we saw that they started to wear down, and it's an emotional game. These are the kind of moments that you play for. And for me, it was, that time there was just enjoying with the players and with the fans, that we're there, and it's just emotional. So I'm happy that we came out on top.
Al, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. Brad said that during Games 5 and 6, you guys saw some seams open up to be able to take advantage and score in the paint. What exactly did you guys see offensively, and then how did you take advantage of that tonight to score 60-plus points in the paint?
I just think that we simplified what we wanted to do offensively a little bit, and Coach did a good job of doing that. So we were more specific, running a certain amount of sets. We weren't all over the place. We ran specific sets and just made it simple for guys to make simple reads. I thought Tatum did a great job of identifying when to attack and when to pass it out. I was able to obviously get in the paint and against some closeout situations and take advantage of that. So Coach just did a good job making those adjustments, and that's what he does, and he figured it out.
Brian Robb, Boston Sports Journal. Al, you talked about Shemi's impact defensively. How much did that just help you, offensively, saving energy when you didn't have to guard?
Tremendously. That's why I said that Shemi, to me, changed the series, and the job that he did was unbelievable. Giannis is such a great player, and his ability to take the challenge, to be able to hold his own, gave me extra energy on the offensive end, and I really needed it. So, a lot of credit goes to him. I'm just proud of him because he really, all year, has been working really hard. He's probably the hardest worker on our team, and he just stayed with it, and he definitely got rewarded, I feel like.
Thank you very much.
All right.